So next step was international marketing. After export, where we only conduct the sales kind of activity, where direct export or indirect export. We take indirect export. We will have a salesperson appointed in an international country, where he'll take care of our export activity. In indirect export activity, we go to the any export organization, any companies who are taking export activities. And please mute yourself, everybody. Any export marketing agency, agents we call, we go through them to an international market. Next comes to international marketing. Oh, this is an international marketing and international marketing. You might get confused. Generally, we know it as an international marketing, but specifically when you are talking about international marketing, so it is an extension version of export marketing, where we'll not, only export our product. We may produce abroad also, beyond our borders also. And we will have a subsidiaries, like a parent organization and subsidiary organization we call. Parent organization is something which is in the parent country. Say for example, if you are an Indian company, your parent organization will be in India, okay, headquartered somewhere in Indian city. And you will have a subsidiaries across the borders, across the all international countries, wherever you are operating. So you'll have a subsidiaries which take those subsidiaries will take care of that country's activity. Say for example, you are an Indian company headquartered in India, that is your parent company and parent country. So subsidiaries are the host countries. Okay, so these host countries, say, maybe United States of America, let us take France, let us take Italy. So these will become host country, where you will have a subsidiaries working uh, for you. So these subsidiaries will be reporting to the parent company's home country's parent organization headquarters. So this is how this operate in international marketing, where you will, uh, sell your products or you sometimes assembly and manufacture also happens in international marketing. But the marketing mix what you use, that four piece what you is you follow the domestic marketing mix only. Okay, so you'll not, specify your marketing mix to each country. You'll be having one marketing mix that is applicable to your home country also, and that is applicable to the other countries where you are uh, participating also. So in home country what happens, there will be headquarter, and the host countries there will be a subsidiaries working. So in these subsidiaries, the key people, the key position, what we say, the head positions, the managerial position will be filled by home country people. Like if an Indian company is working in the abroad, they have the many, like I was giving example, United States, Italy, Germany, France. If you have your company operating in these countries, you will be assigning a key person from India only. Okay, in those subsidiaries also, those subsidiaries will be held by Indian nationals. Okay, this is the personal policy which international companies will follow. Next is multinational marketing. In multinational marketing, what happens? This is a next version of international marketing. So here what we do, the same thing will be applicable here, like home country, headquarter, and the subsidiaries will be there in the host countries. And the personal policy will change. Personal policy in international marketing or international companies, how it will be, the nationals of the home country people, parent country people will be heading the subsidiaries. But in the multinational marketing, it is different. We may appoint a local countries people in the our to head the substitution. So there will be a headquarters in the home country. If you're Indian country, your headquarters will be in India. Say for example in Bangalore, and you'll be having a headquarters country wise also. Okay, so in United States there are 54 states. In 54 states also, if you're operating, you find out, like you may find out Boston as a headquarter in American to carry out your business in American countries. So Boston is a headquarter of American country. In France, you may find out Paris city as a headquarter of to carry out the activities in France. Okay, so this is, please mute yourself. I can I'm hearing the voices here. So what happens? So likewise, you have a headquarter, main headquarter in your parent country, also headquarters in a uh, foreign countries where you are operating. So other subsidiaries will report to the foreign country headquarter. This headquarter will report to the parent companies countries, means your home country's headquarter. This is how the activities will take place. And talking about the marketing mix, where you will follow the unique marketing mix in the respective country. Like I was giving example of McDonald's. McDonald's is a multinational marketing, uses multinational marketing strategy. It sells a different kinds of burger in India, different kinds of beverage in India, different kinds of beverage and burgers in US, different kind of beverage and burgers in the European countries. So it you know it, it is a multi it takes a marketing mix separately for a separate country. So unique marketing mix for a unique the respective countries. So we'll not like in the international market, what we used to do, we had a one marketing mix that is applicable to the domestic company also, domestic country also, and the international country also. So the advanced version in the marketing, multinational marketing is you have a marketing mix to the respective countries. Okay, what kind of culture, legal, and social activities in the particular country to match that to match those aspects, you have a unique marketing mix to our respective countries. Okay, then why we do, to adapt the differences of a culture, to adapt the differences of a legal policies, to adapt the differences of a political views. So what we do, we create the different marketing mix to different countries. So every country where we are operating will be having a different marketing mix. Okay, that is the difference between international marketing and multinational marketing. And the personal policy also, we will appoint the local people from the local company, a German to a German, a German country where your company, an American in our Boston headquarters, while I was giving the example, a French to a Paris headquarter in France. So that why we do this, because they understand the needs and wants. This local will better know the culture, legal policies, and political and social background of that particular country better than the our home country national. An Indian cannot understand the French culture, and an Indian cannot better understand the French culture or American culture than the local of that particular company. So a particular country like American can understand the American culture better than the Indian understanding an American culture. Okay, sometimes non-residential Indians who are born there, brought up there, they may also be appointed. That is because they are the citizen of that country. They have seen the country from the long time. They can also be appointed. Let us not talk about them now. So this is the difference about the multinational marketing and international marketing, where marketing is separately prepared, separately performed for each country, and will not make any personal policy differences. The advanced version, or the maximum efforts where we put in the marketing, is that global marketing. Okay, it is a domestic marketing, export marketing, international marketing, multinational marketing, multinational marketing to global marketing. Okay, so in global marketing, what we do, we have understood till now that different countries have a different culture, different social background, different political, legal, computation, technology. This is a different status of the countries we have. That's why we are doing international marketing and multinational marketing. So now definitely a world market, when you consider a world as a market, it is not consist of homogeneous customers. They don't have a similar qualities. Their customers are heterogeneous in international marketing. So, but there will be some common needs and wants in every customer. There are some products where across the globe we can standardize that these are the needs of this particular product. So these are the needs we can find out in entire globe, so that there will be any no difference for this kind of product. So we can standardize such needs, standardize those things, and we can give us one standardized product to entire world. That is called as global marketing. So even though customers are homogeneous in international market, but we can segment them by using some common values, needs and wants. The best example, iPhone in India is similar to the iPhone in America, iPhone in German, iPhone in France. So this is a digital product, we say, or a TV or a laptop. So they use the similar software across the globe, right? uh, the- this kind of standardization of a product we can do, and we can sell that product in the entire globe. So we have to segment and target such type of customers who can be served with a one standardized product which will satisfy their need. It is not possible for the food chain companies, because this food is a basic aspect of culture and society, this unnatural environment. So we cannot do for the food products, we cannot do for the clothing also, because the size and shape of the different country people are different. So Indian looks different than Chinese, Chinese look different than the Americans, American look different than the mm, this Africans. So what we do, clothing and all different size, it comes, XL in India is different, XL in America is different. Okay, so XL in India can be wear by the small in American person. Okay, so that's why there's a different bands. Why you might have experienced, you buy a large size of a jeans in one brand, it will fit you. Another brand, if you buy blindly without trying a large size jeans, then it will not fit you. You say that in that brand I have glass size is fitted, but in this brand it is, because these are the international brand, the size will change brand to brand. So that's why you have to check your size brand wise, and you have to take that. So this is how in a clothing also we cannot standardize. In food we cannot standardize. Okay, so the products which are perishable we cannot standardize. Okay, we can standardize the durable goods like your electronic goods. Okay, some goods which is consumer durables, we say we can stand. Printer in America is same in printer in India, so there will be no different needs of a consumer. So we can standardize according to the quality aspect, and according to the price we can standardize them, and we can place those products internationally. That is called as global marketing. So you are segmenting the uh, uh, customers in a homogeneous market, sorry, in a heterogeneous market, where your customers are different from different countries, different culture, different societal background, have a different political view, have a different working under a different legal system, having a different technological level. But you're in a heterogeneous marketing, you are segmenting a homogeneous people by giving a standardized product, by understanding the homogeneity in their needs, wants and values. So it is not applicable to the all the products. It is applicable to some services like software services, some goods like electronic goods, for example. It can be possible through the global marketing as possible, where you have a one marketing mix which is standardized, which is applicable to the entire world, entire globe. Okay, so you'll not have a different marketing strategy to different countries like how you had in multinational country. So what is the difference? We will go quickly through this. In a domestic marketing, only we are producing and selling in the domestic country, only in the home country. In export marketing, whatever is the surplus, we are exporting it directly or through indirectly, directly through salesperson in the international country, or through indirectly by agent. In international marketing, mm, we have a subsidiary which is reported to the home country headquarter, and we use the domestic marketing mix in the international marketing mix also. We will not have any strategize any marketing mix for the each country. In a multinational and in international country marketing strategy, we appoint the our nationals, our parent country national, to the head the subsidiaries in the international country. In multinational countries, the subsidiaries will be appointed with the local, there will be a uniform human resource policy. We can appoint the locals also there. And we'll have a particular marketing mix, a different marketing mix to a different country. Okay, this is how it changes from international marketing mix to multinational marketing. Then in the global marketing, we standardize our marketing mix, and we we create a homogeneity under the heterogeneity global market, and we standardize the product, and we will segment the customers so that the standardized product can be sold to the particular segment which have a common values, needs, and the wants. This is about international marketing concept of this class. You can ask me if you have any doubts or questions. You can